Hello there.
Welcome back, FanFuel family. Today is going to be a video I've sort of had in my head for months and I'm finally going to get to cover. Today, we're going to talk about, in my opinion, the greatest infantry weapon of the Clone Wars. Possibly the greatest non-lightsaber infantry weapon in all of Star Wars. The Clone Wars had many weapons. The B-1 battle droids used E5 blaster rifles, cheap, bulky, and easy to mass produce. Rank-and-file clone troopers used the DC-17A blaster carbine, more effective against machines. Clone commandos, however, used the DC-17m Interchangeable Weapons System. Issued to all clone commandos, the squads found it insanely useful, able to adapt to their personal preferences of combat and changing battlefield situations on the fly.
Hey, 3-5, check it out! Commandos! If they're anything as good as I hear, they could practically win the war themselves.
Most notably, at least in the experience of the viewer and player, the DC-17M was seen in the hands of the playable squad in the 2005 game Star Wars Republic Commando. In the game, you play as RC-1138, or Boss, the leader of Delta Squad.
Join Delta Squad. Delta 40, your foundation. A pure and uncomplicated soldier. 6-2, the heart and soul of your team. And 07, the fiercest hunter of all your brothers. You are each a piece of a whole person. And the Republic will call you to defend and give your lives, if need be.
This thing is an absolute marvel of engineering. Designed by Blastech Industries, it combined all of the functions that a commando could need in the field in one modular, versatile weapon. While the standard configuration was an assault rifle or carbine with a 60-round magazine capacity of Tabana gas charged to be extra effective against droids, it was able to swap to other modes. With a simple barrel and chamber replacement that only took seconds in the hands of a skilled user, the weapon could turn into a 5-shot sniper rifle with a dual-power scope.
Sniper mode. Very accurate. Very deadly.
As Clone Commando RC-1207 Sev once said, a well-built sniper rifle is a beautiful thing. Ours has 2 zoom modes, up close and personal, and hello, you're dead.
I'm out. Reloading. Nice hit, boss.
The sniper configuration was equipped with an electromagnetic targeting scope that could adjust between 10 and 20 times magnification, and at close range even provided a sort of X-ray effect. Very few foes could survive more than a single shot to the head from this. This was Sev's favorite configuration, and he excelled as a sniper, picking off enemy droids from nearly half a kilometer.
Woo-hoo! Yeah! I love that smell!
The other major configuration was the anti-armor configuration. With a simple swap of the weapon's chassis, again only taking seconds, the DC-17M could launch powerful anti-armor grenades capable of taking out vehicles, entire squads of infantry, or even damaging heavy foes like the ADSD Advanced Dwarf Spider Droid.
Droid dead!
An anti-armor attachment. This should come in handy against all these droids.
Anti-armor. Oh, this is nice, boss. Very nice piece of ordnance here.
These grenades are impact grenades, similar to 40mm grenades used by modern militaries, though the DC-17M's grenades had no proximity fuse like modern 40mm grenades. Those of you who have played Call of Duty 4 have likely noticed that when you use the underbarrel grenade launcher too close, the grenade won't detonate. This is because the grenade's impact trigger is only armed after the grenade spins a certain speed. This way, a soldier won't accidentally blow themselves up. The DC-17M's grenades did not have this safety feature, but then again they were only issued to elite commando units who had shield generators, back-to implants, and extensive training. While most commandos didn't carry more than 4 grenades at a time, there were exceptions such as RC-1262 Scorch, who adored explosives.
Scorch, I need you to demo that bunker for me.
Good. I'm dying to blow something up.
Take cover, Deltas!
Blew up real good. Payload includes a special anti-armor attachment for your DC-17. You're going to need it. Yes! More explosives! You just made my day, advisor.
The anti-armor attachment was Scorch's favorite configuration. As a demolition specialist, he always favored an explosive solution to problems, and this was one of his most beloved answers to any issue in the field. While not as commonly seen, the weapon had 2 other attachments. First, the PEP, or Pulsed Energy Projectile Laser. This technology was originally designed as non-lethal riot control for police forces and used a deuterium fluoride laser to incapacitate humanoids without leaving lasting injury. Clone troopers hit by it as part of training described it as being exposed to a flashbang grenade and hit with a group of plastoid slugs in the chest at the same time. While non-lethal, it was enough to, like a real-world taser, knock a target off their feet and cause enough pain that further resistance was physically impossible.
Taser, taser, taser. Stop it! Stop it!
Finally, in the final year of the Clone Wars, the Merceau Munitions Company developed a breaching grenade for the DC-17M designed specifically to break down doors. This bears some similarities to modern-day breaching rounds that police and military forces will use to quickly take a door down to enter a room before the enemy has a chance to ready their weapons. The grenade was fired from a short rod attached to the weapon's muzzle, which some users complained made the attachment a bit unwieldy. Another commando stated that it was a blunt tool that was an insult to the commando's elite training. The weapon had a stock durable enough to be used as a melee weapon in a pinch, though that was rarely necessary given the vibro dagger integrated into the left wrist of the clone commando's Katarn armor. The rapid switching of the weapon's forms without a prolonged disassembly process made it incredibly versatile, and its design ensured that it never jammed. Heat, cold, dust, grime, water, oil, the weapon could fire in any conditions, making it ideal for the commando in hostile conditions. It offered a greatly reduced load. A squad could all be outfitted with DC-17Ms and all have access to the variety of weapons without having to carry extra weaponry. Because the sniper attachment's scope is electromagnetic projected sights, it won't crack like a glass lens or get knocked out of alignment if the user has to drop the weapon. It's all digital, so once the user has it zeroed, it'll stay like that. The blaster bolts were also specifically charged as ion bolts rather than traditional plasma, meaning that they were extremely effective at dealing with clankers, the clone's slang term for their droid foes. Now, like any weapon, the DC-17M did have a few drawbacks. First, it was expensive, 4,500 credits for a single weapon and 400 credits per anti-armor grenade. For reference, Han Solo asked for 10,000 credits up front for transporting Luke and Obi-Wan to Alderaan. Luke sold his land speeder for around 2,000 credits, meaning that the DC-17M was 2.25 times more expensive than an older model civilian vehicle. Second, some later users of the weapon also complained about the left-mounted magazine, saying, "Which moron in procurement ordered DCs with the clip on the left? Can't holster it right. A moron who never had to fire it to save his life, or thought that if you aimed right-handed then your left was free to reach for a reload." Clone commandos that were trained on the weapon from youth had no issue with the magazine placement, speaking to how well muscle memory can play into a weapon's effectiveness. These commandos did, however, notice the oddity of the magazine placement when it was pointed out to them. Finally, while most blasters had a blaster pack that provided hundreds of shots before a reload was necessary, the DC-17M's high-powered rounds necessitated a much smaller magazine, only 60 rounds. By modern military standards, that's a lot, double what the standard issue M4 Carbine's magazine holds, but in Star Wars, it must have felt quite limited. This was offset by clone commandos also carrying a DC-15S sidearm blaster pistol which had a recharging power cell. In the words of Sev, the DC-15S blaster isn't my favorite weapon, but it never runs out of ammo, and that counts for something in a firefight. This gave the commandos an option when they were entirely out of ammo, or even when they were in a firefight and didn't have time to reload.
Good. Now switch to your rifle. Now pull out your sidearm. Remember, switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading.
The DC-17M first appeared in the 2004 novel Republic Commando Hard Contact. It was popularized, however, by the 2005 game Star Wars Republic Commando, where it is the standard issue weapon of the player and the rest of Delta Squad. It's since appeared in Clone Commando hands in novels, comics, and even the Clone Wars series. I think this thing is brilliant. It has the advantages of an entire squad's worth of weapons in one modular package. I'd be interested to hear the thoughts of any of my viewers that are or were in the military or have any kind of extensive firearms experience, what you think of the DC-17M. All in all, it's a fantastic and iconic weapons system, and its effectiveness in the hands of Delta Squad and Star Wars Republic Commando is a testament to just how well designed it is. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Did you ever play Republic Commando? And if so, did you enjoy the DC-17M? Thank you so much for watching. Next week, we'll have the Elder Scrolls Reading Club on Tuesday, and we'll be looking at the Mirror. If you missed the memo, I've moved the Elder Scrolls Reading Club to every other Tuesday just to give myself a bit more breathing room for making videos. Sorry to those of you that really love this series, but you'll still be getting it just every other week instead of every week. If you like what I do here on the channel, you can support me by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It all does help. There's a video every other Tuesday, every Friday, and shorts on Saturdays and Sundays. If you want to watch a video on every kind of clone trooper in Star Wars, click here. Or click here to see their adversaries, the CIS droids. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.